the Paramount Theater. I'm Sherry Archibald, director here at the theater, and have a guest here with me who is going to be portraying King Herod. Good to see you, Rick.
Good to see you, Sherry, again. It seems like we get together every year and kind of plug
right?
this show.
That's right. So Child of the Promise is coming up. One of my favorite events here at the Paramount, the musical of the birth of Christ.
Yep, very excited about it. And you know, it's really interesting. This is my 7th year, I believe, playing the role of King Herod. And I have been so amazed at the growth of this show. Not just Goldsboro people, but people that have come from all over to come. I know for a fact that last year we had some folks come from Atlanta and different places to come see this show, and it's a Broadway quality show. It really is, and a lot of talent in Wayne County, and I'm just so honored to be a part of it.
Well, I know that you are part of that talent, and you're right. There are so many right here in our county that are on that stage. It's not one particular church or one particular organization. It is a wealth of people bringing their talent to this stage. It's amazing.
And I think that's the uniqueness of the Child of the Promise, because so many churches are involved by having so many people represented here from different churches and different areas of the community. A lot of talent from all over everywhere. I'm always amazed that when someone has to be out for 1 year for a reason or another, that they always get somebody back in, and it seems like the next person is even better. And but they always leave the door open for the folks that have been in the show in the past, and it's just has grown to be just a part, just really a very important part of my Christmas. And Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Child of the Promise.
Well, you know, I hear a lot of people that that come to see the show or that are part of the show that say, this makes it brings in my holiday spirit.
Well, absolutely. Really, you know, there's a lot of churches in the local area that do candlelight services and things of that nature, you know, prior to Christmas Eve, and the churches fill up. But this play, this 2-hour play, is just phenomenal in talking about the birth of Christ and what all transpired during that time period. For me, it was really a wake-up call when I the first year, I'd never seen Child of the Promise. The 3 years that had been here previously, and then they asked me, they said, look, we need somebody big, mean, and ugly to do this part. Would you be willing to do it? And I said, well, you know, sure. I fit that role. But anyway, I was really amazed at how much closer it brought me spiritually in my own walk with Christ, just from the mere fact of understanding how hated the birth of Jesus Christ was by a certain group of people. And of course, unfortunately, I play the role of that person that is at the head of the pack, that is really trying to do away with the Christ child. And I pray about it every year as we go into the show, that God, let me play this part the way that you would have me play this part, but let people feel what just how much hate there was in a world of peace. And you brought peace to this world, and it transcended all of those other things that were bad during that time period. But let me play the role so that people will understand that everything you're coming to this earth, you know, to be the Savior of the world, was not all glorious. It was a big struggle, and it was a big struggle throughout his life as a teenager, and on into his missionary work and his work that he did here on earth, and the legacy that he left. It is a very important part of the year in that we celebrate this together, and one of the most meaningful parts of being on the cast to this show for me is the hours that we will spend in worship together as a cast prior to the shows, during our rehearsal times, during the evenings before the performances. It is just a very intense spiritual worship time for all of us, and because we all want to make sure that we are playing the roles the way that they were meant to play.
Well, you've made some really important statements and doing some really important preaching today, because I think it's important what you're sharing, that this is the story of Christ based on the book of Isaiah. And for folks to come here, you are putting yourself in a role, especially your particular role, that probably is at this time of year is a bit challenging at times because you want this holiday season to be all about something happy and beautiful, and the birth is always something beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's important for folks to see what the world was like then, and that's what happens on the stage.
Absolutely.
It just really transforms whatever it is, the message that anyone's trying to get through. That's what the stage is about. So
Right.
you all do a wonderful job of doing that, and I love that it definitely brings in the holiday spirit. The music is so amazing.
Well, and we appreciate the Paramount opening their doors for this show every year. I think it's very important for the community to be able to continue to see it. And there's a lot of people that come every year.
Yes.
It's just a part of their holiday routine. For me and my family, we do a lot of singing. I've got a couple of Messiah performances coming up, and then we've got different solo appearances in different churches and things coming into it. But I always have to save myself for the Child of the Promise because I'm not really singing, I'm screaming in anger. And that kind of does my voice in at the end of that season. Even tonight I've got a rehearsal for another program, and it's always one of those things that I have to work up to get up the strength to do this part of Herod. But it does me in. I'm no good for a week. I can't talk for a week after it's over with.
Well,
It's
I can
just
understand
one of those
that.
things.
After seeing the performance many times and knowing what it is that you do on that stage, I can certainly understand that. 7 years, of course, the performance has been happening for 10 years here at the Paramount. This is the 10th year.
And Bert Allen, I think he played the role of Herod prior to me and did an excellent job with it. And I couldn't say that, well, I'd have to say that I couldn't have picked anybody better to follow than Bert, but he was a hard act to follow. He really was.
Well, you do an awesome job, and we just appreciate all that you do, and we are excited to have Child of the Promise back here again. And friends, I would just invite you to get your tickets for this wonderful performance. It is for the 15th, 16th, and 17th at the Paramount Theater of December. Tickets can be purchased at the box office at goldsboroparamount.com, or you can come here from 9 to 12 and 1 to 5, Monday through Friday, to pick up your tickets as well. Proceeds do go to charities throughout our community, so I think that's also a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to be able to give back while you're seeing a great performance.
Right. All of the proceeds from this performance, year after year, is going to help battered women and women's shelter here. And I think it's a wonderful ministry within itself.
Yes.
And everyone feels very strongly about supporting that.
Very good. Well, thank you for being here. Wonderful having you, and I look forward to having you on the stage soon. We look forward to seeing you here at the Paramount Theater.